Welcome to Sib Spot. Today's Reddit stories are from Am I the A? Story 1 is by Specific Volume 1824. Am I the A for laughing at my brother's tattoo? This is a pretty cut and dry scenario. I'm 32 and my little brother is 25. He's been in a string of relationships since he was young enough to know what dating was. On several occasions, the relationship ended because he was caught cheating with another girl. These are just the ones that I know about. There could be more. In fact, his current girlfriend, who's 19, was the other woman from his previous relationship. He, I'll call him Danny, still lives with my parents, and I headed over for the 4th for a barbecue. When he reached out for a hug, I noticed his arm was super red and he showed me his brand new tattoo that he had literally just gotten. In huge words, it said, "Loyalty," in cursive. Where I might be the A is that I kinda laughed as soon as I saw it and didn't try to hide it at all. It wasn't a dramatic laugh. He said, "What's so funny?" And I just said his tattoo was really ironic. He got angry and stormed off to his room and didn't join my parents and I or our sister for dinner. I told them what happened and they said I was being the AH, and my sister said people are allowed to change. I personally think he's acting like a child by locking himself in his room, and that I shouldn't be blamed for a 25-year-old storming off. Most people seem to agree that you are not the bad guy in this relationship. Although there were a few people that said everyone sucks here, and I might agree a little bit. You didn't have to laugh at his loyalty tattoo and basically make him out to seem like the cheater he is. People can change. It doesn't happen that often, but people can change. You should have just enjoyed your time and admired his tattoo, even if it was fake. You didn't have to laugh at it. A lot of people in the comments said that it's pretty ironic that he has that on his arm and he's literally dating a girl that he cheated on somebody else with. So maybe it's deserved. Maybe it's not. You're not the one that gets hurt by these situations. The girls are. So if they laughed, it would be okay. But you laughing, you're his brother. You should support him. Maybe he's trying to make a change. Maybe him putting it on his body means he'll actually be loyal now. Who knows? Our next story is by Wrong Piano 9011. Am I the A for telling my future mother-in-law she has no says in my wedding dress choice? I'm 25, female, and getting married next year to my fiancé, Jack, who's 26. His mom is excited for the wedding and has been very involved. I'm currently looking for a wedding dress, and my future mother-in-law insisted on looking with me. I had no issue with that until recently when we went shopping and she kept criticizing every dress I tried on and kept saying things like, "No, that's not for us. We can do better." I was getting irritated but kept it inside to not cause any drama. At some point, I tried on a dress and immediately fell in love. I looked at the saleswoman and told her it was the one I wanted. My future mother-in-law did not agree and was like, "Are you kidding? I don't want that one. She's not pretty." I tried to remain as polite as possible and told her, although I was thankful she volunteered to come with me, it was still my future wedding dress and therefore my choice, and that I was going to choose that one whether she liked the dress or not. She started crying and told me that I was being ungrateful for everything she's done for me and called me selfish. She then left and took a taxi home. When I told my fiancé what happened, he said I should have been more understanding because as he was her only kid, it's her only chance to live this. I do feel bad because maybe I could have been nicer, but I also feel like I should be able to choose the dress I want. Are you kidding, OP? You said exactly what you should have said to her. It wasn't rude at all. It's like, I appreciate you coming, but I'm going to pick because it's my wedding, it's my dress, and I'm going to pick that one because I am immediately in love with it. If that's how you feel about a certain dress, it's not likely to happen again. And she could choose something for you that she thinks is pretty and it could look terrible on you. So, you did what you should have done. And people in the comments are saying that for your husband, this is a red flag that you need to be aware of. Down in the comments, okay, I don't know how to say this guy's name. Down in the comments, OKSCCRLVR, he says, "This is your red flag. Your fiancé is always going to take his mommy's side. You have to decide if that's the battle you want to fight for the rest of your life, not the bad guy." Below that, Apre muy putas says, and I think that might be swearing in Spanish, I hope it's not, this as well. If she's going to complain about wedding dresses today, then she's going to complain on and about your wedding day, your first new home, the moments after delivering your children when all you'll be wanting is just support, love, and privacy to bond with your newborn and husband, and when it comes to child rearing. She clearly doesn't want to acknowledge and respect your boundaries. If you were to talk to your boyfriend about it, start the discussion off with how she's pushing you past your boundaries and then see what he has to say about his mother's behavior. So many times a mother-in-law is like trying to vicariously live through the bride-to-be. She's almost like a mini Bridezilla in herself. And when the husband-to-be or the current boyfriend, fiancé, sticks up for his mother instead of you, that's a problem. It's going to be a problem in the future. You need to watch out for that. Our next post is by Tight Counter 923. Am I the A for not canceling plans when my stepdaughter got sick? I'm 29 female and I've been with my husband John for 5 years. He has a daughter, Ella, who's 11. Ella and I are very close and she's gotten to be good friends with my sister's daughter, Maddie, 10 female. There was a large festival-type event in our town last weekend. Ella is the one who originally saw the ad for the event a few weeks before, and she got Maddie excited about it, so the two of them asked if I would take them. It looked like a lot of fun, so I told them I'd be happy to go with them. Ella came down with an illness while at her mom's last week and was still unwell the day of the festival, so she stayed home with her mother. My niece still wanted to go, so we did, and we had a great time together. We got Ella a few little presents and we missed her, but I didn't really see any reason for Maddie to miss out. Ella was back in school on Monday, editing before someone asks because it's summer, haha, they go to day camp at the school, and Maddie had brought her gifts in to give her. Ella had not realized we had still attended without her and got very upset when Maddie tried to tell her about the event. She said it was her idea and that we weren't supposed to go without her. She called her dad after school and told him that we had been unfair to her by stealing her plans and having fun without her. I understand that mentality from an 11-year-old, but I was absolutely shocked that my husband came home and picked an argument with me about it. Firstly, he knew Maddie and I still went and he said nothing. And secondly, it's unfair that Ella caught a bug but Maddie did nothing wrong, and I'm free to spend my time with my niece if I choose. John insisted that I should prioritize Ella's feelings because stepmother is a chosen commitment that's greater than niece. But I simply don't see it that way. I love them both, and sometimes stuff's just unfair. John has been irritated with me all week, and now I'm wondering if it's a valid way for me to think. What do you guys all think? Am I the A? You are so not the bad guy in this situation. This little girl who's 11 needs to learn that the world does not revolve around her. How selfish can you be? To be mad because some people still went to the event that you guys got all riled up and excited for. Because you got sick and they went instead? You're jealous and you're angry? That's just absurd. And the only reason that she gets this way is because Daddy runs in and supports her. And Daddy is wrong in this as well. Daddy is definitely the bad guy in this situation, and it's rubbing off on his daughter. Top comments from people below. Helpful Hour 1984 said, "Not the A. Your husband is, though. Ella is a child, and it's not unusual for children this young to suffer from bouts of main character syndrome. It's the parents' job to help them understand that the world doesn't revolve around them, and your husband is failing at that. He shouldn't be surprised if she turns out to be a spoiled brat." Underneath that, from Sib Spot, "Yup, great teachable moment that the dad didn't even wave at while it passed by. Also, teaching that just because Ella was unable to go, that didn't mean Maddie shouldn't get to go. A bit of an empathy lesson that flew by, too. not the A. Today's stories have come to a close. Until we meet again, have an unreal day.